Hey, my name is Jeremy Dixon from Elevate Clients Inc. And in this video, I'm going to go over exactly how we've been able to use cold email to close over $1 million worth of deals in the last 8 months for ourselves and our clients. I'm going to go over our exact workflow from start to finish. So if you're a B2B business owner or an agency owner looking to grow, this is for you. So let's get right into it. All right, so to start it off, before we do anything, when you're doing cold email outreach, you want to create a solid landing page with a video sales letter. So let me just go over what your landing page should look like. Depending on where you're at, you might not have all of these things, but this is what the landing page blueprint should look like. So the headline, benefits, subheadline, VSL, book a call button, testimonials if you have them, benefits, more testimonials, the process, book a call, about us, testimonials, frequently asked questions, and then another book a call button. So depending on where you're at in your business, you might not be able to have the testimonials, but the other parts you can create. So just get that done before you start sending your emails. So next, after you have your landing page and your video sales letter, you're going to want to set up at least 10 plus sending domains. So these will be just similar to your main domain, but you're going to use these so you don't get your email and your main domain flagged, right? So next step, list building, right? So we can do list building using Apollo, which is pretty easy. And I have a video going over that. I'll leave it up, here somewhere. One thing about Apollo that I want to say is when you're scraping a bunch of leads from Apollo, it's easier to use an Apollo scraper. So some things that we use, if we have, let's say less than 5,000 leads, I might use Export Apollo to get the leads. Otherwise, if I have more than that, I will use Fiverr. If I'm using Fiverr, I'll use this guy. As you see, I have multiple orders with him. The one active order I have now is also with him. So this is what I personally do when I'm getting a bunch of leads from Apollo. Besides Apollo, you can also use Crunchbase and scrape Crunchbase. This gives you a lot of different type of company information, recently funded companies, and all other types of data. You can also use Clutch. So Clutch and scraping Clutch is a great way to get, as you can see, there's many different types of businesses that they have. So if you're looking for something specific, you can probably find it on Clutch. Just find somebody to scrape it for you. You can even find somebody to do that on Fiverr. And then another way is igleads.com. So if you want to scrape, as it says, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc., even TikTok, igleads.com is a place to do that. All right, so on top of that, you can also go to niche directories and social media scraping, as I said, with IG Leads. And then depending on what the type of lead list you're looking for, you might have to hire somebody on Upwork or Fiverr to scrape a lead list for you manually, right? So after you get your lead list, you're going to want to verify your leads. So I have a video going over our exact process to do that. I'm going to link that up here. All right, but the simplest way to get this done is just going to be to use Million Verifier to verify your list, and then use Scrubby to verify the risky email. So let me just show you what that looks like. So when I'm logging into the account, these are leads that we got from D7, which is another source to get local leads especially. So we see that half the lead list was good emails, 30% were risky, 16% were bad. So with the good emails, we can load those right into our campaign. With the risky emails, we're going to take those emails and go over to Scrubby. So when we look at Scrubby and we see just some of the recent lead lists, let's just do this one that was scraped from Clutch. We see this is 2,169 emails that were risky that probably wouldn't get mailed to by the average person. But as you see, the vast majority of them were actually valid, right? So these leads generally they're going to be mailed to a less than the average lead because most people won't take this extra step, right? And then also just think about it. When you're building your lead list, the easier it is to get the list, the more people are going to be sending to those leads. Very simple. Just think about it. If it's harder to get that list, less people are going to be emailing them. So if there's a paywall, a bigger paywall behind the list software that you're using, you're probably going to get better leads, right? So after we verify our leads, we're going to create the campaign and add the leads. So we're going to need an email script. So here is a very simple, obviously you're going to have to change this to fit your business, your offer, your client's offer, etc. But hey name, I was reaching out because we helped niche get X result. We helped this niche client get X result in Y time frame. Can I show you how? Or can I send you a video going over the process? Or would you be open to talking? So what we found is that the simpler the email can be, the better. You don't need to send 5 to 10 paragraphs in your email trying to convince somebody and tell them everything about your product. You just need to tell them, I can get you this result. Are you open to even seeing how I could do it or seeing about my process? If they're not, move on, right? So, and another thing that you're going to want to add to your emails is spin tags. That's very important. Just if you send the same email over and over and over to every single lead that you have, and the only thing you're changing is the name in the email, you're going to get marked as spam a lot quicker than if you're using spin tags, which will dynamically change what the email looks like, as it's being sent out. So to do that, you can either do it manually, just going in and adding different variations of what the email could look like. You can also use Spin Tags Baby, which I'll leave the link to under this video. It's just a ChatGPT bot that will add spin tags to your email. So now that we have everything set up, we have our first email going out, and now we're going to start getting responses back to our email. So generally, there's only a few type of responses you're going to get. Positive reply, no reply, a negative reply, or an out of office, right? So if you get a negative reply, the next step is just to move that lead over to the do not contact list and don't bother them again. If you get no reply, that lead's just going to continue on in your email sequence until they either respond positively, or if they never reply to your email, you just add them to the next batch when you restart your campaign. If they do respond positively, either on the follow-up sequence here or in the first email, then you can send them some type of sales asset, maybe some personalized video, and as well as your calendar link. If you get a response back that they're out of office, you can either add an out of office subsequence that will follow up with them at a later on time, or you can just add them to the follow-up sequence later when you restart your campaign. And the same thing, if you get a negative reply, just add them to the do not contact list. If they don't reply after you follow up, when they're back in office, then same thing, add them to the follow-up sequence. And then if they still don't reply, just relaunch them in the next campaign, right? So if they do reply positively, which is what we're all here for, then you're going to send over your sales asset and a calendar link. So the sales asset, that could be a pre-made video, that could be a custom video going over, their business and how you could help, etc. And if they book a meeting, let's say they do, and they show up to the meeting, then after the call, you want to send them a document just recapping the call. And if they close, obviously you make money and then you fulfill. If they don't, reach back out in 3 months, right? So as well, if they book a meeting and they don't show up, then you need to add them to a no-show subsequence, just, trying to get them back on the call. I would even call them within 3 minutes of them not showing up to the call. That's what I personally do, just to not waste leads, right? So after you send your sales asset in your calendar and if they don't book a meeting, then you want to add all those positive responses to a subsequence until they book a call or they tell you to fuck off. And that's really it. So this is our entire cold email flow from start to finish. As I've said, we've used this to legitimately help our clients make over $1 million in the last 8 months, grow my agency to, over $25,000 a month. So if you are a B2B business and you need help setting this up, you need leads for your business, or if you're an agency owner wanting to, launch something similar and grow an agency yourself, then click the link down below and you can join my community, and I will see you guys in the next video.